We gotta call Orlando because he's coming to the club with us, right? Why not? Hi there guys, it's me again, Ryan JC, and today what I want to be talking about is the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. You see, not too long ago, previously on Ryan Crowder, basically last week, I had went to a floating session. I posted a vlog about it, right? And I talked about how I was going to be talking about the event that occurred after the floating session, which was the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine meetup. And when I was there, right, I didn't tell everyone who I was exactly. I may have told one or two people that I'm an empath and I can feel some things, but I didn't tell a lot of people, you know, about who I am, this stuff, this YouTube stuff. So I was like, you know, covert, in the shadows. So I asked the organizer, I said, what's gonna happen here? You know, because I've never been to an event like this. This is my first time. I'm pretty much an event virgin when it comes to meetups. You know, just to let you guys know how I contacted this spiritual group, and many of you guys who are running out of friends because you're having less things to talk about, right? The app that I used was called Meetups, and I just searched spirituality. You can also search it on the computer, okay? And it came up with the locations nearest to my house where other people, like-minded individuals, were hosting such events. Meetup groups where I was surrounded by people who were into spirituality, okay, into consciousness, all that good stuff, heart chakra and so forth. And I asked the guy, okay, what are we going to be doing? And he says, I really don't know. I'm just going to give you guys an intro on the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, and perhaps maybe some guided meditations. And I had whispered to the person next to me, I said, I hope he doesn't make me touch anyone, because I don't like touching people. When I touch people, I get too much info. You know, like when you go in for a hug with somebody and you can feel their love. Well, imagine being able to feel any emotion within the emotional spectrum every time you even look at somebody. Well, touching is kind of off limits, not unless I want to. Yeah. And this is why you should be careful as to who you let hang around you, you know. Consciousness takes the form of other consciousnesses around you within the same environment. So, that being said, if you allow yourself to be surrounded by people who are less mature, so to speak, your awareness is going to drop and you're going to become more influenceable when it comes to you picking up their habits and their negative traits. So be wary as to who you let within your space. It's divine and it's sacred. Sacred meaning your space should be set up in such a way that it actually does reinforce your best interests when it comes to you wanting to achieve something. If you want to become the best version of yourself, make sure you surround yourself with, well, things that remind you of the best version of yourself. I've got a Buddha over there. I've got an hourglass right here. And I'd like to freeze the sand to tell myself subconsciously or consciously every time I look at it that I have enough time. You know, I've got camera gear everywhere. I got this photo of Mike Tyson punching someone in the face because it reminds me that although growing up was tough, I had to learn martial arts and I did it. I learned martial arts and people stopped picking on me. So it's just little reminders of who I am. Your sacred space is sacred to you because, again, it gets you to where it is that you want to be in life. So never take your space for granted. Always clean up your room, because a clean environment means clean mind. But these are just basic things, right? But then again, when I'm sat there and I'm feeling everyone else's energy within this meditation group, a lot of people, their minds aren't clear. They're not clear. And after the session, it became pretty apparent to me when I heard somebody say to, I don't know if it was his girlfriend at the time, but the female that he was with, who he brought to the event. When I got in touch with my Divine Masculine, I just felt like punching people. Goody! He said, he didn't say the goody bit, but yeah, that's not supposed to happen. I'm going to tell you why, okay? A lot of people have this preconception, you know, they have this idea within their minds that to become masculine, you need to be able to behave a certain way. And what they don't really begin to fathom is the fact that how they're coming up with this certain way is they're watching people externally outside of themselves demonstrating masculinity, okay? When you're angry, it doesn't mean you're masculine, otherwise females wouldn't get angry. It just means that you're upset. When you're upset about something, it either turns really, really bad and you just start crying until eventually that energy just releases that emotional stress, or it turns violent, and angry people are upset pretty much all of the time. It's just a different shade of pain. A lot of these dark emotions are just shades of pain. Pain really is the source of most negative behavior. It's because they're upset, because they're lacking something within their life, so they begin to act out. Okay? And what that person was feeling was pain during the meditation class because he had thought through the way he perceives his environment and the world around him and the people within the world around him. He thought that being violent meant masculine. Now you can see how this wouldn't allow a person to get in touch with their masculine side properly because they have this false perception of how it should be rather than how it actually is. Okay? Now this isn't just with violence. This stems between so many different ways of looking at it. When it comes to you getting in touch with these aspects of yourself, of your makeup, of your consciousness, you need to be able to distinguish what energies are what, you know, so you don't get confused. Otherwise, you can sit there at these events and pay money for these events. And then because the spiritual teacher hasn't told you what it is that I just told you now, you're going to start thinking, okay, this feeling that I'm feeling right now is masculinity or femininity. Simply because you have not got the information prior, the experience to tell you when you notice these things that, hey, this isn't masculine, but hey, this is how you fix it. So that you can get rid of it as it comes up, allowing you to notice the divine energy as it should be within your body. The reason why it's divine, okay? The reason why it's divine is because it is the natural state of a certain expression, a genetic expression that exists within your body. And that is what it's meant when you say the word divine. Divine being neutral, the original state of being. Now your body is comprised of many different states of beings, different emotions, okay, that express a certain mindset, different arousal sensations within your body that express certain hormones being released within your body, okay. Now before the hormones can be released within your body, it needs consciousness to tell the physical body to behave in a certain way. And the thing is your body's like a memory stick. It harbors a myriad of information, so much information, so that it can sometimes get confusing when you're not only harboring the bodies of divine masculinity, which is the original state of being that your body's supposed to be in if you're a male, or if you're a female even, you're supposed to have both divine attributes within your body, because you're actually harboring the Y chromosome and the opposite of that chromosome in order for you to exist. That is why when you were born, you're born with nipples. This is because the sex isn't decided yet. Okay, and then you're born with both sets of DNA, and the genetic expression of this is feminine attributes when it comes to your 3D body. Attributes meaning the expression of hormones within the body. Females also have testosterone within their body, guys also have estrogen within their bodies. They're just balanced out a certain way. And this influences the energy signature within a female's body and a male's body, allowing them to think differently, okay? To some degree, not completely different. It's just one person thinks more logical, okay? And the other person who's of the other sex thinks more creative, more emotional, okay? Now, logical and emotional. Let's get into logical before I close down to make sense of this. Logical, most people, the way they fall under the trap of thinking that this is masculine is they get prideful of their logical thinking. Okay, pride is it's a program. It's a belief. It's a feeling that resides within a person when they don't want to let something go and they want to show the world how great they are. Okay, they pride themselves on making all of this money. And sometimes it can be a good thing. Okay, I pride myself on where I'm at in my life because I'm really happy at how I've evolved and how I've developed my character development within this movie of my life. I love it. Again, I pride myself on this, but my pride is really only for me, okay? Just to reinforce this belief, which I have a bunch of emotional memory, all that memory of times where I've succeeded, to further validate that belief. But where some people trip up is, they think that being prideful, being logical is masculine. And then they say that pride is a masculine trait. But that's just not correct, because pride can also exist within the female being, because we're all conscious beings, right? We're all somewhat human when it comes to our physical bodies, and we're all able to harbor the same frequencies such as pride, lust, envy, and so forth. So pride isn't a masculine trait, it's just an external belief system which makes a person feel a certain way. So if you're sat there thinking, I'm going to get into the masculine side of me, and then you become all prideful, again, that is a misinterpretation of what it is that you're feeling. You're still a little confused as to what it is that you're feeling within your own vessel, your own body. So you're going to have to be able to detach from these external variables, these external or internal influences, that energy inside of your body that is conflicting with that divine aspect of male energy or female energy. But then you'll get to the point where you're just feeling the energies, but it's not being conflicted with your mental process of what you think it should be. Rather, you're just allowing yourself to feel it as it is. Okay? Now this may take a while. It will, because you're gonna have to sit with this energy and just process all the thoughts and see where you're going wrong, and just spit out and dissolve and get rid of all of the false information that you may have learned throughout your lifestyle, which suggests that you actually already know what it is that you're talking about, or at least it gives you some sort of map to know what to look for within yourself to just distinguish male energy and female energy. You're gonna have to get rid of all that stuff. Burn the map, because it's wrong, okay? And just get to the simple state where you're just learning by observing the self, okay? Once you do this, you'll be able to feel the divine energy within you without any influence at all. I'm Ryan JC. This has been a video on the divine masculine energies and the divine feminine energies, and I hope it helps. I really do. This is just to help you guys gain a bit more awareness as to how to sit with yourself and distinguish these energies. This has been Your Potential, and I'll speak to you guys very soon.